Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a few weeks, probably 2 or 3 weeks since my last upload. I am so sorry, but we're back. So if you're new here, my name is Milk of the Movement. Thank you for joining. Please be sure to hit that subscribe button, share this video with your friends, your family, whoever. And that's all I have. As you know, I'm still working on my intro because I feel like all the other YouTubers' intros, they have things to say. And I'm like, dang, I still haven't figured out what, what my intro is going to be. But that's neither here nor there. Today's video is about a topic that was actually inspired by my TikTok and caused a lot of discussion on my TikTok. So let me give you some backstory. I was scrolling through TikTok one day and I saw this girl make a list, like a video list of the things that she wanted her boyfriend to do. And I thought, oh, that's cool. Like, I want to make a list and post it on my TikTok. And so I did. Now, the list had, I would say, 5 or 6 things. I remember I said, I want a guy to, it was called Things I Expect from My Boyfriend, or things I expect from a man if we're dating or in a relationship. And I think I had 5 or 6 things. The first thing was to pay for all dates. And I elaborated that I don't simply mean like a dinner date or a movie date. I mean like going kayaking, going to theme parks, recreational and adventurous type dates. I talked about paying for my nails. I talked about paying for my hair, paying for gas, paying for my electric bill, and wax. And that was it, right? So that's 5 or 6 things. Well, that video went viral and a lot of people had a lot to say. Now, the first few comments were women that were just like, include rent, which at the time that I made the video, I didn't even think about rent. So I was like, man, I probably should have added that. But most women were like, include rent, or they were saying how if their man pays for their rent, they don't need him to pay for everything else, or, their man pays for everything else plus rent. And I was like, okay, I genuinely did not think about rent or like adding rent to the conversation. So I was just, taking that in. And then other people started commenting. A lot of the men started commenting. They were saying that, I was asking for too much. I don't look good enough to be asking. Let me switch my hand because my hand is getting tired. I'm so sorry. I'm holding up my camera. But the men were saying I don't look good enough to be asking for all of that. Somebody was saying that, I have daddy issues, or most of the men were saying that I'm looking for a man to take care of me and all this other crazy stuff. And I was like, because I asked the man to pay for 6 things, like 6 things, and these 6 things, because remember, I did not include rent. These 6 things are not even definitive. These are not things that are going to make or break my day to day. You understand what I'm saying? Switching the camera again. Oof, I need like a stand or something. But yeah, these 6 things are not things that are going to make or break my day to day life. They're just things. Oh, I think I forgot to mention my electric bill. I don't know if I mentioned that. So anyways, I made like a dozen videos, constantly going back and forth. My engagement for the past week has been so high. And the reason why I'm talking about my analytics, the reason why my engagements was so high is because I was going back and forth. Sometimes I would respond with a comment, but then I was like, no, let me respond with a video. And then that video would spark other videos, which would then, get the original video boosted. It was just so much. And it got me thinking about how, first of all, what should or shouldn't we women not expect in a relationship? But it really got me thinking about how appearance, according to men and women, dictates what you should get out of a relationship. Now, this is there's so many layers to this, and I'm trying to think of which one that I want to start with first. Oh, I'll tell you guys about that later. So I want to talk about which one I wanted to start with first. So a lot of men and women were saying that I don't look the part, right? Whatever it is, traditionally attractive, however you define traditionally attractive. A lot of them, oh, my fingers, I'm so sorry. A lot of them were saying that I do not look the part, or I'm not traditionally attractive enough to ask for the things that I'm asking for. And that really, 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 really bothered me. And the reason why it bothered me, it wasn't because of them essentially calling me ugly. It was because nowadays women are being taught that they are not allowed to speak their desires in a relationship because of how they look. And that's really, really, really weird. Yeah, that's really, really, that's really, really, really weird. Like, to tell someone that, you know, you can't ask for that, not because it's unobtainable, but simply because you don't look like the type of woman that deserves that. It's crazy. But they were doing it back and forth into my status. And they were like arguing with me to tell me that no, you, Milka, cannot ask for that. You cannot ask for a man to pay for your nails. And then when I stood firm on it, then I got called broke. So it's like, in one breath, I'm asking for too much. And then in the same exact breath, I'm broke, or I'm expecting a man to take care of me. And the whole situation was confusing to me, because I was like, first of all, when has someone getting your nails done, getting your hair done, paying for wax and gas meant that they were taking care of you? Taking care of someone means providing stability. That means putting a roof over their head. That means putting putting food on their table. Like, there's a way bigger responsibility of a man taking care of you for them simply paying for your cosmetics. You understand? Second thing that was weird to me was the fact that they were saying, like, it's too much. And I was like, asking, if that is too much, if me asking for a man to do things that make me happy, because that's essentially what that list was. It was a combination of things that make me happy and things that would alleviate stress from my shoulders. If me asking for that is too much, what am I supposed to ask for? Like, what am I supposed to get from a relationship? If anything that makes me happy is me asking for too much. I asked that question, and when I did, no one could provide me with an answer. They just said that I was being unrealistic. Marriage, children, building a family, a lifelong partnership is a very, very, very big decision. And if you are trying to tell someone that they should, based on their decision, on how the world perceives them and how the world rates them, you are setting that person up for abuse. You are setting that person up for divorce, and you are setting that person up for misery. There's no other way for that. Like, there's no other way to there's no other way to look at it. There's no positive way of looking at it or talking about it. Like, that is just it. And that blows me, quite frankly. I'm going to tell you guys a story. So I went to a family's graduation dinner, and so because the video started going viral literally while I was at the dinner, so I brought it up to the dinner to kind of talk about what did they think about it. And it sparked a huge discussion at the dinner table. You had some of the older women that were at the dinner table saying that, like, again, it's too much. You had like, it was so weird. In one breath, they were saying that it's too much, But then in this is like, it's asking for too much from a man. But then in the same breath, they were saying that like, if a man gives me that, he's going to take advantage of me or think that I'm broke. And I couldn't, and I kept on asking them like, which one is it? Because like, you know, I'm the only person at the table that feels how I feel. So I'm like, I don't even know how to like, what angle or how to debate this, because again, it like the message is so conflicting. It's either it's too much, it's too little. Like, which one is it? So then finally, my cousin bought her friend, we'll call her Dinner Girl. And so she just blew it out of the park. She said I was broke. She said that I had daddy issues. Very rude, very, very rude. I was actually angered by her. I was actually really upset by her comments and the way that she was delivering her comments. But like she was saying, like she literally was like, well, I'm not a man and I wouldn't date you and blah, 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 blah. And I was thinking to myself, thank God, because I would never date you. Like if this is what is a point of contention for us, obviously we'd never work out. But like she was saying the same thing. And between their discussions and between what was being said on TikTok, I realized, again, it's not that what I was asking for is too much. It's the fact that I was asking for it. You understand? So if I had been lighter, if I had been skinnier, maybe if I had more, how you say it, curly or refined hair, if I had stated those things, I don't think that the conversation would have went that way. If I had stated those things, I don't think that the conversation would have went that way on TikTok either. But because it was coming from me, a plus size, dark-skinned woman with, you know, relaxed hair, I was asking too much. One of the common things that was common between the dinner table and TikTok was a lot of people kept on asking, well, what are you going to give in return? And I was like, what should I give? Like, I'm in the relationship. Like, if you know, like that should be enough. Like, I'm there. I'm committed. I love this man. Like, what more should I give? Obviously, love is going to yield actions. And based on whoever he is and whatever he likes, those actions are going to vary from man to man. So there's no real definitive answer to that question. But for the most part, like me, like a girlfriend, and they were just like, that's not enough. What? That whole conversation, both at dinner and on TikTok, has showed me, and I keep saying this, dating and relationship are different based on what you look like. If you don't meet society's beauty standards, if you look different, if you're fat, if you're dark, if you're black, the more of those things that you are, the least that you're expected to get from a relationship. However, the more you are expected to give in a relationship. Who's gonna follow that? Sorry, y'all. Who's gonna follow that? Who's going to date like that? Who is going to approach a relationship with the ideology that because I look how I look, which I can't control, I did not make myself look this way. You know, I wasn't with God and was like, hey, yeah, God, add that skin tone and make my nose a little flat. Like I was born, you know, like out of the 2 billion ways that I could have looked, this is what my genetics decided. So, and here I am. But now all of a sudden, my relationship has to be dictated by that? What? That whole conversation made me so proud of myself that I took the time to learn myself and to find myself and to figure out the things that I like and to figure out the things that bring me joy and to figure out the things, you know, and to visualize what type of marriage I want and what type of boyfriend I want. And I'm not talking about physicality. I'm talking about the core, the foundation of it. Because it's clear that if I would have left any of those messages to the world, or let the world define what it should be for me, I would have been screwed over. I would have been a woman in a abusive or in a horrible situation with a man constantly taking advantage of me. Why? Not because of, I'm unable to defend myself, or not because I don't know what I want, simply because of how I looked. That is crazy. That is so ridiculous. Another thing that bothered me was the daddy issues comment. First of all, I do have daddy issues, but they are not daddy issues in which people think they are. And I'm going to explain that in a second. But the reason why the daddy issues comment bothered me is because I realized the bar is so low for fathers. The fact that, again, me simply wanting my hair and my nails done, which men pay for all the time. Like, I'm not asking for something that isn't done or that I don't know can be done. But anyway, but the fact that I'm asking for that yields daddy issues, as if fatherhood, like a good dad is a man that pays for your hair, nails, and light bill. Being a father is so much more than paying for 5 things. Okay? Being a father is like, being a parent is so much more than paying for 5 things. It's truly a life encompassing ordeal. And to use that as grounds for daddy issues bothered me. I made a video and I was just like, what type of fathers do y'all have? What type of parents do y'all have? From your whole life, did your parents only provide you 5 things growing up? No, they provided you love, support, a roof over your head. Like, they provided you stability. Some parents provided their kids financial wealth. You know what I'm saying? Some parents paid their kids through college, paid for their rent, bought them cars, paid for them schools. Essentially, a lot of parents kind of built up their child's life. The life that they're living today is based on what their parents did. I am not asking for a man to build my life. As a matter of fact, I built my life and I'm very comfortable and happy with my life. I'm actually asking to see if there is a man who cannot maintain not maintain my life, but maintain his own life so that I won't feel like he's taking me down. You understand? And so that father comment really bothered me. It bothered me on TikTok and it bothered me on at the dinner, because it's like, stop weaponizing someone else's decision to not be in my life against me as if that was something that I did or that I caused. But B, and most importantly, my fatherless appears in different ways. My fatherless issues are not looking for a provider. My fatherless issues is me abandoning situations because I'm scared that I'm going to get abandoned. So, yeah. That whole thing just bothered me. That whole conversation, till this day, obviously I'm still very bothered by it. And like I said, it's just unfortunate. If you look like me, right, or you do not match or you do not have society's conventional beauty standards, I would recommend that you take some inventory and figure out what makes you happy. Because it is clear that if you leave it up to the world to define you, to define what it is for you or what you should want or what you should get, they will screw you over each and every time. That's all I have. That's all I have for you guys. Tune in for the next video. Have a good one. Be sure to subscribe, like, and share. Let me know what y'all think in the comments below. Bye, y'all.